The Ducati boss just lost it on Bagnaia with this insane statement, captured in the heat of MotoGP chaos, sparking instant shockwaves across the garage and leaving fans stunned at the explosive fallout.
¿Se habla solo de MotoGP o no?
The timing couldn't have been more dramatic. It wasn't behind closed doors, whispered among insiders, it was right there in the open, during a heated MotoGP weekend when emotions were already running dangerously high.
Not be easy. It's never easy to be competitive at the start.
Eyewitnesses describe the exchange as sharp, unfiltered, and unlike anything Ducati usually allows to spill outside their carefully controlled media lines. The words weren't vague either. They struck directly at Bagnaia's performance, his approach, and even hinted at questions of leadership inside the team. For a rider who has carried Ducati to championship glory, the sting was unmistakable. Fans watching from the sidelines didn't need a translation. Social media lit up instantly, dissecting every phrase and tone of voice. Was it a calculated tactic to push Bagnaia harder, or a genuine crack in Ducati's unity? Some believe the boss's frustration has been building for weeks, boiling over to one unforgettable moment. The fallout rippled across the paddock, with rivals taking note and pundits replaying the footage frame by frame. And if the statement itself shocked fans, the meaning behind it could prove even more explosive. When words cut this deep, you know something bigger is going on inside.
Bagnaia is all in for the win, as he said he would be. He is going to be ultra aggressive.
The insane statement came fast, and as always, it was sharp and left no room for doubt. According to multiple reports, Ducati turned to Bagnaia and snapped, "A champion doesn't hide behind excuses. Either you lead this team or you let someone else do it." The words weren't whispered. They were delivered in full view of mechanics, engineers, and rival teams milling around the garage. The tone wasn't just subtle frustration, it was a direct challenge. For Bagnaia, a rider who built his reputation on calm precision, being called out so publicly was a shockwave moment. The atmosphere inside the garage instantly grew heavier. Some crew members avoided eye contact, while others froze mid-task, waiting for Pecco's reaction. Around the paddock, murmurs spread like wildfire. Journalists describe it as the most visible crack in Ducati's usually polished public front. Rivals like Jorge Martin's camp reportedly took notice, sensing an opportunity to weaponize the tension. Even neutral observers questioned if this was a tactical mind game or if Ducati's leadership had truly lost patience with their reigning star. But what pushed him to snap goes deeper than words, because let's face it, pressure doesn't erupt without reason. Something inside Ducati finally did hit breaking point.
Bagnaia leads though here in a race he simply has to win.
Maverick Vinales off into the shortcut.
So why did Ducati snap at Bagnaia now? The reasons aren't hard to trace. First, contact stakes loom large. Negotiations for the next cycle are already casting shadows, and Ducati's leadership needs certainty, something Bagnaia's uneven form this season hasn't always provided. Every mistake, every near miss, suddenly feels magnified when your seat defines the team's future. Then there's the media glare. Headlines have circled Bagnaia's rivals, Marquez's resurgence, Martin's relentless speed, leaving Ducati under constant scrutiny about whether their golden rider can still deliver dominance. The boss's explosion may have been less about one race and more about weeks of mounting questions. Inside the garage, team politics only add fuel. Engineers push for more input, sponsors want results, and rival camps exploit every visible crack in unity. When Ducati's boss finally let loose, it wasn't just frustration, it was the release of tension that had been building race after race. The moment was ugly, but it also carried a message. Nothing is untouchable, not even the champion at the heart of Ducati's empire. And for Bagnaia, this changes far more than just headlines. You see, when a rider's own team doubts him, the cracks run deep. For Bagnaia, the boss's outburst carries consequences that stretch far beyond one heated exchange. Confidence is a fragile resource in MotoGP, and while Pecco has proven his mental resilience in the past, public criticism from the very top could plant seeds of self-doubt. Every lap becomes more than a fight against rivals, it's a battle against the echo of those words. Strategically, the impact may ripple through Ducati's operations. Will the team adjust priorities to test Bagnaia's resolve, or will they rally tighter around him to stabilize the storm? Either way, garage dynamics shift when leadership draws a line in public. Mechanics and engineers, caught in the crossfire, may find themselves split between loyalty and pragmatism. Bagnaia's public image is also at risk. Fans who once saw him as Ducati's unshakable cornerstone may begin to question his grip on dominance, while rivals and commentators amplify every mistake. Even sponsors watch closely. Image matters as much as performance at this level. The fallout is as much psychological as it is tactical, and its weight rests squarely on Bagnaia's shoulders. But Ducati's rivals are already circling, ready to exploit the chaos, and outside the garage, the reactions are exploding. Fans and media wasted no time dissecting the drama between Ducati's boss and Bagnaia. On forums, some hailed the statement as a necessary wake-up call, insisting that the team needed tough leadership to maintain its competitive edge. Champions respond to pressure, read one top thread comment, echoing the sentiment that Bagnaia might finally be pushed to elevate his game. Conversely, a large portion of the fan base and several pundits defended Bagnaia too, pointing out that public shaming rarely fosters performance. Critics argued that airing frustration so visibly could destabilize the rider and fracture team morale. Former riders weighed in too, offering measured perspectives, some praising Ducati's transparency, others questioning the wisdom of such a volatile approach. Journalists covered every nuance, replaying the boss's tone and phrasing repeatedly, dissecting body language and speculating on internal consequences. Across YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, the debate grew louder, polarized between those who champion authority and those who protect the rider. The chatter reinforced the idea that this wasn't just a paddock spat, it was a spectacle that touched every corner of MotoGP's audience. Yet the most dangerous fallout may come from inside Ducati itself. But with tensions exposed like this, the next steps could redefine Ducati's season entirely.
On the inside of Bagnaia, there was room there, and he took it.
Looking ahead, the fallout from Ducati's boss losing it on Bagnaia raises serious questions. Contract discussions could now carry a heavier emotional weight. Speculatively, if friction persists, Ducati may reconsider its lineup strategy. We are talking whether to push Bagnaia harder, rotate rider roles, or even test alternatives if performance doesn't stabilize. Bagnaia himself faces a critical crossroads. This public reprimand could ignite a fiery comeback, sharpening focus and determination. Or it could sap confidence under relentless scrutiny. Teams and engineers may adjust tactics to either support or challenge him, trying to maximize results while navigating internal tension. Media and fan attention will continue to amplify every nuance. Each race, each podium, each misstep is now contextualized against this incident. For sponsors, Ducati's public image is a balancing act between authority and rider morale. Speculatively, the paddock may see strategic maneuvering from rivals aiming to exploit Ducati's momentary instability. Even minor mistakes could be magnified, turning a single miscalculation into headline fodder. Because as the next race approaches, one thing is more certain than ever. This isn't over.